Good morning. My name is David Mazenkofski, and it's my senior project. So my essential question was, what are the proper precautions to take to host a successful concert event and raise money for kids in need? And then my process, or my outline, I guess, was to pick a charity, contact local bands and venues, build a set list, locate venue location, build an eye-catching poster, and promote the event. And so starting off with charity, two main, concepts that I wanted to focus on were donation and awareness. And so my inspiration behind the charity that I chose was the situation in Palestine has lacked mainstream coverage. Aid and relief agencies have reported hardships in giving such. Countless deaths in the Gaza Strip are being reported daily, and local reports about a ceasefire have been claimed to be fraudulent. And down here, I have the logo of the charity that I donated to, which is the UNRWA. So the UNRWA stands for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. They have great credibility. They have reported giving aid to millions of Palestinians since its founding, and has been reportedly crucial in the aim of rebuilding post-war Gaza. And so the goal was to have $200 raised, some awareness raised, and to inspire others to do the same. And my personal experience working with them, I would say it's a 10 out of 10 recommendation. It was a very easy to use website, well credited as well, and 100% trustworthy. So next we have the concert, and the two big concepts that I focused on with the concert was event planning and setup. And so here I have my list of contacts. So first I have my mentor in the middle right there. Corey Burgard or whatever. He's my guitar teacher. He was a great mentor because, he's like a friend to me, and he's been very helpful. And then above I have Miss Bartley, which helped me with certain forms that I had to fill out as regarding to venue or whatever. And then down here I have Chris Russell. He's the head of an establishment in Franklin. It's like a live studio space where I play music a lot. And I reached out to him in case I needed any sorts of equipment or connections or whatever. And then over here, he actually connected me with this guy. His name's Mason Dalhuens or whatever. He plays bass at Chris's live studio, and so he helped me with he gave me a ton of good advice. He started asking me so many different questions about do you have mics, do you what's your sound setup, and a lot of thought-provoking stuff that helped me organize that event. And then I have Miss Norton, which is the Millis High School band director. It was sort of last minute when I reached out to her. I needed a drum set, and I don't really play drums, so I asked if I could borrow the schools, and she was really enthusiastic and happy to let me borrow. Then I have Mr. Engler, the head of janitorial services at Millis High School. I ultimately decided that the concert would take place in the high school cafeteria, and so I reached out to him to discuss the organization, what needed to happen. And then lastly, I have Mr. Nash at the top over there. I reached out to him to discuss certain forms to fill out and when the cafeteria would be open. So next I have some bands contacted. So the first one that I have is all the way on the left, which is the Drummer Studio Band, which is Chris's live studio band. Then I have the Junk Teens Band. It's not really a formal band per se, but it's a company I work for. We like to play music a lot, and so I reached out to them. They eventually dropped out though. I think one of our singers or whatever was in Arizona or something. And then I have my friend's band, Colette. and they play a different type of music. I kind of told them that if they were gonna play, they kind of had to play something more soft and not like screaming metal music. But they eventually dropped out too. And so for the set list, I compiled a set list with each band. The set list included rehearsed songs, jams, and popular song forms. And so this is the final set list I had with the live studio band. We played a bunch of stuff. We ended up adding some things and taking some things off last minute, but for the most part, that's what we played. And so for choosing the venue, ultimately, like I said, I chose the high school cafeteria. This is due to a past experience with Millis band concerts, familiarity with the venue, intimacy and audience with the audience. There's no stage there. You know, everybody's like your eye level with everyone, and it's like easy to communicate with the audience. And it enabled easier food distribution as opposed to having it somewhere like the auditorium where there's no tables, no seats or whatever. And so over here I have a little graph which was my possible venue locations. So I had the Millis Gazebo. That was my first choice, but ultimately, like, due to weather conditions, my concert took place in April. So I didn't know if I didn't want to risk having a rain date and having to push everything back to a later date. So I ultimately scratched that idea. And then I also had the Niagara Coffee House, but by the time I was organizing this event, I wasn't too familiar with the Niagara Coffee House, so I ultimately chose with the Millis High School cafeteria. And here's a picture of the concert as this is before we started playing, but as you can see, we have some snacks set up along here, and then we have people, you know, interacting with each other, and then me and the band by the window, so setting up. And here's a closer look to the snack setup. My dad, big shout out to him. He came through with a bunch of different snacks last minute. Surprised me too. And we had to sign a food permit, of course, with the school that enabled us to serve snacks. And so next I have a building a strong poster. So for that, first I found a decent website which was easy to use, had ready-made templates, and was free. For that I chose Canva. And then I had I wanted to convey a certain theme or vibe, and I had to identify that. So I had something like that matched the authentic, local, small band, big dream kind of thing. And then next I had the conveying the theme and vibe. And so I had a acoustic guitar, which I did on purpose because, you know, with acoustic guitars, they don't have any amplification. So if you want to hear an acoustic guitar, you have to stand sort of closer. And that kind of conveys a certain message of intimacy with like the audience. I had some calming colors just to sort of match the sort of vibe that I wanted to convey. And then I had a textured design to just because it fit. And here was my poster. I had the title up there. I had the like entry fee, and the charity over here. I had the date and the location right there, and had my name on the bottom. All right, and so for this portion, we had the event promotion, which was setting up posters, personally inviting people and spreading the word. I set up a bunch of posters around Millis High School. And yeah, that was kind of the first part. I invited a bunch of people. I told my parents to invite people too. And I just told people to invite their friends and family. And so for event construction, I had to figure out who's bringing what do I have that I can bring, and what do I need that no one else has and no one else can bring, but we like need to perform. And so, yeah. So here we have the actual concert. We're playing. I don't know what exactly we're playing at this moment, but there's a school bus driving by, and yeah, we're jamming out. And so, yeah, that's over there. I have a picture with me at the drummer. His name's Gabe. He's a great drummer. And then we have Ken over here with the red guitar, and Ben with the bass. And yeah, I'm super grateful that they came by and played for us. And then this was during the sound check or whatever, like before like setting up. I had David Cranton run the table and take donations, which he volunteered to do so, thankfully. And he took some pictures of the setup. And yeah, and then there's another picture of me playing guitar. And I have a quote at the end: "Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand," by Stevie Wonder. And yeah, from his song Superstition, which we actually ended up playing at the concert, which is, sort of a full circle moment. And then we're excited. Questions?